So AirAsia flight disappears and the media jumps in and they're ready to speculate. We start with Anna Kooiman, fascinating name, over at Fox News. She wonders if there could have been communications problems because they rely on the metric system, whereas we don't. What we have to do with this story, I'm not entirely clear about. Let's give you the full context and then we'll talk about it.
Let's talk about the differences. I mean, even when we think about temperature, it's Fahrenheit or Celsius, it's kilometers or miles. Everything about their training could be similar but different, right?
Correct. Yeah, well, I think you see just a large reliance on automatic pilot and the requirement that pilots use that automatic pilot more often than probably here in the U.S. And a lot of that is just because, as some of your previous guests have said, a lot of crashes are due to pilot error. So if you try and eliminate any potential risk, you try and eliminate the pilot's ability to make, incorrect inputs into the aircraft.
So it's not just differences in the way that we measure things, it's a difference in the way that our pilots are actually trained. Is it not as safe in that part of the world? Because our viewers may be thinking international travel, is it safe? Is it not safe?
No, I mean, it's incredibly safe. It's the safest mode of travel you can have.
All right, at least they're experts trying to bring reason into this conversation. Is it unsafe because they use the metric system? And that would be unsafe. Why? Now, understand they were traveling from Surabaya, Indonesia to Singapore. In Indonesia, they use the metric system. In Singapore, they use the metric system. So there would be no communication problems. They were not flying into San Antonio. Okay. All right. But they do things differently, so we're a little freaked out over here. Okay. It doesn't mean that they do it wrong, and I need you to not be freaked out, because as your expert is explaining to you, no, it's perfectly safe. This is actually something that happens very infrequently. In fact, 2013 is the year where we had the lowest number of fatalities from plane accidents, and 2014 is the year where we had the lowest number of plane crashes that had more fatalities because of the two flights, AirAsia and the Malaysian airline. But Fox News, not well versed in facts, so Anna Kooiman could be forgiven a little bit for being in that same context where she's a little adrift at sea.